Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, class. I hope you are good. Today, let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Rili Fansyah, and I would like to teach the material about poetry vocabulary. Before we start the material, let's check your attendance. Who's absent today? Okay, great. Our student attends. Okay, we go to the material. First, poetry vocabulary. Poetry is literature that uses a few words to tell about ideas, feelings, and paints a picture in the reader's mind. Most poems were written to be read aloud, and poems may or may not read. Jadi, puisi adalah karya sastra yang menggunakan beberapa kata untuk menceritakan tentang ide, perasaan, dan melukiskan gambaran di benak pembaca. Kebanyakan puisi ditulis untuk dibacakan. Puisi mungkin berima atau tidak. And then, lines. The way that poetry arranges words into lines. The lines may or may not be sentences. Jadi, cara puisi menyusun kata menjadi beberapa baris. And then stanzas. Stanzas is group of lines in traditional poetry. The examples of stanzas. What bugs me? When my teacher tells me to write a poem. When my mother tells me to clean up my room. When my sister practices her violin while I'm watching TV. When my father tells me to turn off the TV and do my homework. When my brother picks a fight with me and I have to go to bed early. When my teacher asks me to get up in front of the class and read the poem I wrote on the school bus. And then free verse. Free poems that do not usually rhyme and have no fixed rhythm or pattern. They are written like a conversation. Jadi, puisi biasanya tidak berima dan tidak memiliki ritme atau pola yang tetap. Puisi biasanya ditulis seperti percakapan. And then, soundifies. Elements of poetry that use one type of sound relates characteristic. Rhythm, meter, rhyme, onomatopoeia, and more. The first is rhythm. The beat of the poem, and then these are made up patterns of strong and weak syllables. Jadi, ketukan puisi terdiri dari pola suku kata, dan pola suku kata itu ada yang kuat dan ada yang lemah. And then meter, a pattern of stressed and unstressed syllables. Meter occurs when the stressed and unstressed syllables of the words in a poem are arranged in a repeating pattern. When poets write in meter, they count out the number of stressed or strong syllables and unstressed or weak syllables for each line. They repeat the patterns throughout the poem. And then rhyme. Sounds that are alike at the end of words, such as know and grow. There are several types of rhyme, such as and rhyme, like run and fun. Internal rhymes as in, once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary. And near rhyme Words that do not exactly rhyme, such as rose and loose. That, and then Samber's rhyme scheme. The Gum by Ogden Nash. A mighty crater is the gum, though smaller than the pachyderm. His customary dwelling place is deep within the human race. His childish pride he often pleases by giving people strength these days. Do you, my puppet, feel infirm? You probably contain a germ. This is the sample rhyme scheme. Get it, class? Okay. And then alliteration. Consonant sounds repeated at the beginnings of words. The example is, if Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, how many pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick? Okay, I repeat again. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, how many pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick? And then onomatopoeia. Words that imitate the sound they are naming bus. Or sound that imitate another sound. Example is the silken, sad, uncurtained, rustling of each purple curtain, etc. And then repetition. The repeating of sounds, words, phrase, or lines in a poem. The example is, I like popcorn, I like candy, I like chips, I like ice cream, I need to brush my teeth. And then figurative language and other poetic devices. The first, figurative language, and then imagery, and then simile, and then metaphor, and then personification, tone, assonance, symbolism, idiom, and hyperbole. Figurative language. The words and phrases that help the reader picture things in a new way. The example is, she heard music when he kissed her. And then imagery. Words or phrases that appeal to the five senses: sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. Imagery is what helps you paint a picture or imagine what is happening or what the host is feeling. The example is the hamburger sizzle on the grill. And then simile. A comparison of two things using the words like or as. Example is, her smile was bright like the sun. The peach was as delicious as a kiss. My dog is as mean as a snake. And then metaphor. A comparison of two things without using as or like. Example is, his face is a puzzle to me. I can never figure out what he is thinking. And then personification. Giving an animal or an object human qualities. The example is, my dog smiles at me. The house glowed with happiness. The car was irritated when she pumped it full of cheap gas. Okay, get it, class? And then tone. The writer's attitude toward his reader and his subject, his mood or moral view. A writer can be formal, informal, playful, ironic, and especially optimistic or pessimistic. And then assonance. Repeated vowel sounds in a line or lines of poetry. The example of assonance is the low gradual moan came in the snowing by John Masefield. And then soul ever medicine thee to that sweet sleep, the William Shakespeare. And then symbolism. When a person, place, thing, or event that has meaning in itself also represents or stands for something else, usually something bigger and more important. And then idiom. An expression, while the literal meaning of the words is not the meaning of the expression. It means something other than what it actually says. The example is, it's raining cats and dogs. And the last is hyperbole. Obvious and intentional exaggeration. The example is, there are 1 million people in here. I could sleep for a year. I have a ton of homework tonight. Okay, class, that's all for me. That's all the material about poetry vocabulary. If you want to ask me, you can contact me on my WhatsApp number or my email. Okay, thanks all for today. Thank you for attendance. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.